Today, I will show you my experience working as an intern in the Hotel Escuela de los Andes Venezolanos. And I got three things I'd like to talk about with you this afternoon. The institution and its approach to the language, the activities that I did, and their challenges, and some recommendations I have for our school. So let's begin. I chose the Colegio Universitario de la Escuela de los Andes Venezolanos, also known as Escuela, as a place to do my internships, for several reasons. First, the current economic situation we're having in our country. It makes it almost impossible for a regular student to accept an international internship. However, it doesn't mean that we cannot find a good internship in our country. And that idea brings us to the second reason. Escuela is one of the most important and popular institutions of higher education in United States. Why? Because unlike other universities that offer different degrees, Escuela prepares students in just one specific work context. That is, hotel and hospitality services. So students learn not only to make a bed or to cook, but they also understand the cultural implications that are involved when they're serving a foreign customer. And the language is one of them. They understand that even though Spanish is one of the most spoken languages in the world, not all of their customers will speak their language. For that reason, Escuela possesses a language training coordination that offers 4 levels of English and 2 levels of French. And if the students want to continue their studies, with the PNFT program, they will see 4 more levels of English. This coordination also collaborates with the National Program of Tourism and creating new ideas to promote tourism through the language. For example, the training and certification in English for the tourism services and tourism services providers at the national level. Okay? Now, a third reason that really caught my attention was its approach to the language. Of course, it is very different from our school. And I wanted to see if teaching a language without the linguistic aspect would be helpful for a lot of students. But the truth is that they don't need to know about linguistics per se. They don't have to know about the process of creation of plosive consonants. They don't even know what a plosive consonant is, and they don't need it. What they really need is to establish a good communication with their customers. In other words, to understand the necessities and to be understood by them. That's why all of the phrases, tenses, and structures they learn are focused on one specific context. That is, serving a customer in a hotel. And that's perfect, because they will see all the possible situations where they might need to use the language to solve a problem or to find a solution. So, as you can see, Escuela prepares students to work in every area of an hotel, and also to serve all of their customers, regardless the fact that they don't speak Spanish. Now, in order to show you the most important activities that I did, I would like to continue with the recommendations. Why? Because recommendations are ideas based on experiences, suggestions to make something better. In this case, to improve our school and the quality of the students that are being prepared now. So behind every recommendation I gave you, there was a challenge, an obstacle, and I will try to explain how I solved that obstacle using the knowledge, the tools learned in this almost 6 years of studies. Okay, so let's see the first one. to have a teaching techniques subject as an elective class. The longest activity I had was the organization and supervision of English courses for Venezuelan hotels employees. And the trainers in charge of the classes were modern languages students for their community service. Some of our classes were good, but the problem is that they were teaching grammar and vocabulary in a very hard way. So as a result, the students got bored and they skipped the classes. So we had to change the teaching techniques from the traditional method to something more dynamic. So we used the same activities we did in the workshop of training techniques we received in the Hotel Escuela. And it was perfect because they were learning phrases. The most common phrases they have to use when they're serving a customer. Good morning, how can I help you? Would you like a glass of water? Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Yes. So using simple games adapted to their necessity were just what they needed. For example, we already know how to play the hot potato game, right? We asked them to say a word or a phrase they learned that day before passing the potato to the person next to them. For example, good morning, good afternoon.